Hey everybody, just working on stuff here, or really the printer's working on stuff. So while the printer does its thing, I'm going to do my thing and vlog about, in this case, the Baltimore Ravens, and part of a post on NFL.com that was written by Bucky Brooks, who has covered the NFL draft for some years and is now analyst with the NFL Network, specifically NFL.com. Excuse me. Anyway, Bucky wrote a take about the Baltimore Ravens offense that I completely disagree with. He said that essentially there was nothing wrong with the Ravens offense, and that Lamar Jackson saying that the offense was predictable wasn't really a problem at all, and it was much ado about nothing. No, it's something, because as we've always talked about, the Ravens have a problem when they get to the playoffs, and diehard Baltimore Ravens fans like my longtime friend Melissa Rubin always say, hey, look, great, we get to the playoffs, but we want the Super Bowl, and they want to win the Super Bowl. I get that. The problem with the Ravens offense, as I pointed out before, under Greg Roman as offensive coordinator with Lamar Jackson as quarterback, is their over-reliance on the read option dive without notable play variations from it to a degree where it make using it unpredictable. In the playoffs last year, they had a tendency to go back to it. They have a tendency to use it extensively this year, which I can understand why, considering injuries and learning curve. It's a simple play. But what the Ravens should have had by now is a set of 10 different plays that they can rely on that are equally effective, and 5 run, 5 pass. So I say equally effective in different situations. The Ravens' main problem comes when they get within the 20s. For example, in the playoff game they lost to the Chiefs, if you remember, they went up and down the field. It's like 500 yards of offense. 500 yards contributed, over 500 yards contributed specifically by Lamar Jackson himself. But it didn't result in a win. And they lost a very frustrating contest to the eventual Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. So this year, fans and observers are expecting something different. So for Lamar to get on Rich Eisen's show and say, hey, essentially they know when we're coming, is alarming. And it's also true. Also, I thought that Bucky went out of his way to defend Greg Roman rather than to be honest about the system that he is running. It's not about him, okay? And I noticed this tendency in media. The tendency is to blame the player and not the coach. Why that is, I don't know, and I don't particularly care, because I own my own media company, so I can take a different way. I'm criticizing the coach. In this case, Greg Roman is installing a system that is predictable. And it needs enough variation so that I can say with confidence that, you know what, I'm going to need to run a different kind of defensive front than just a wide tackle 6 with the strong safety as close in as a roving linebacker, which is the kind of defense that is most effective against what Greg Roman runs with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Lamar Jackson can be an excellent passer, but you have to put him in a situation where the certainty of an open receiver is there. And to ensure that, you have to have at least 4 different types of passes that are certain completions. And if you think about those, like for example, screens, they are achievable from a design perspective. But I digress. The bottom line is the Ravens offense is predictable. It's good that Lamar said what he did, because it's set up an alarm right now so that the Ravens can make the appropriate adjustments and head smartly into the playoffs. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com.